Okay, we have done few programs on element insertion. Yeah. Then sorry, not element insertion. I just showed you how we can read elements into an array and display. Then also how to add all elements in the list. Today we will try to find out how we can find the biggest number from an array of n elements. Okay. Okay, just wait. I'll just copy paste this part because it's going to be the same. This part is remaining okay, so here basically we will learn how to find the biggest number from an array of n elements. Okay, so we will have an array with n elements. N elements, n can be any number. You can have 10 elements, you can have 20 elements, you can have 5 elements also in the array. And from there you are to find out the biggest of the numbers. Okay. Okay. So this part here we have just declared an array of 10 elements. Okay, maximum you can insert 10 elements, still minimum you can insert any number of elements. Okay, so for that we have given an option to the user. Okay, it's up to the user how many elements he would like to enter. He can enter below 10 elements also, or maybe less. Then this part we will read the elements into the array, and for this part we will display the list. Okay, now we have to find the biggest. So what we'll do is we'll take another variable. Okay, here we will take another variable big. Okay, and we will assign. So what we will do is, let me just first write down the program. First, let's just display and check if we get the proper output. So suppose I want to enter 5 elements into the list. Okay, then enter all the elements 5, 1, 8, 9, and 3. So out of these 5 numbers, 5, 1, 8, 9, 3, 9 has to be the biggest. See, the The biggest number in the array is 9. So the output is correct. Okay, now let's look at the logic. So initially what I did is I just read the elements into the array and then displayed. Okay, displaying part you can skip. Okay, this is just, I just wanted to show the list. That's why you can skip this part also. Okay, this is not mandatory. Insertion is mandatory, displaying is not mandatory. Okay, because in this program you simply have to find the biggest number. So once you read elements into the array, you can simply find out the biggest number and display that. You need not display the entire list. It is optional. It's up to you. Okay, then comes this part where I applied the logic here. So what I have done is, say first what I have done is I have taken a third variable big. Okay, and in that big, what I have inserted is the first element a0. Okay, a0 is, that means the element with index 0, that is the first element in the list. So that element has been first assigned to big. So now my big variable contains the first element, and what I'll do is I'll compare the rest of the elements with that element. Okay, so I'm assuming that my first element is the biggest in the list. Okay, so I'm assuming that the first element in the list is the biggest number, and what I'll do is I'll start checking the numbers from the second element in the list, that is from index number 1. My array starts with index 0, but now I will start checking from index 1 till n minus 1. Okay, till the last element. So the rest of the elements will be checked against this biggest number that I have assumed to be the biggest. Okay, a0, that is the first element in the list. Okay, so I will be taking the first element in the list, and whatever number comes from the second index, all numbers will be checked against the first number. And if in that process, if I find any number bigger than the first number, that is bigger than this big, okay, then that number will be now assigned as big. Okay, that number will be assigned to the big element, replaced. Okay, a0 will be replaced with that number. Fine. So see, this is the first number that I have assigned to big. So big contains the first element now, and I have taken this for loop, and this for loop will read the elements from the second position. Okay, that is from I equal to 1 to n minus 1. Okay, then from see from here, if ai greater than big. Okay, so if ai greater than big, so now here we have to use the condition. So what I said, I will be comparing all the rest of the numbers starting from with index 1 to n with the big. And what does the big contain? The first element, which I have assumed to be the biggest of all. Okay, so if I find any other number, okay, in the list which is bigger than this big, that number will be considered as big and will be assigned to big. Okay, that is the only logic. So let me just write it here. Say these are the numbers I took. These are the numbers I took. Okay, so I have considered this 5. This is a0, then this is a1, a2, a3, and this is a4. Okay, so a0 has been taken as big. So big equal to what? My initially my big is a0. That means what is a0? A0 is 5. Okay, so big contains 5 now. Now I will start the loop from here. Index 1, I1. So what is AI now? 6. So I will start comparing all these numbers with this 5. And in that process, whichever number I get bigger than 5, that number will be assigned to big. Okay, so starting with the first, of course, the first number itself 6. Okay, if AI is greater than big, that means if AI, what is my AI now? 6. So if 6 is greater than big, what will I do? I will just replace that with 6 now. My AI is 6. So since while comparing I found out that my AI is greater than this big, first big, that is why I have simply replaced it. I have assigned AI to big now. So my current value in big, current value of big is 6. Okay, now again I will check the next number. I 1. Okay, now 1 will be checked against this. So accordingly, now 1 is, of course, 1 is not greater than big. So now you go to the next number, 3. 3 is also not greater than big. 2 is also not greater than big. So likewise, we will traverse, or we will go through the entire list of the elements, okay, from the second position. And we will compare all these with the biggest number. Okay, if there's, so as I said initially, my biggest number will be the first element that you have to assume. Okay, and then if you find any other number which is actually bigger than the first number, then you will simply replace it, just like I replaced 6 with 5. So there will be replacements. Okay, and finally you will get the biggest number. Here my biggest number is 6, so accordingly it will simply get printed here, displayed. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I will show you how to calculate the average of n elements. Okay, average of n elements. We have already done the sum part. I'll show you to find the average.
Kindly next time please enter in the required time proper time. Okay, so don't come late. As you do. So what happened to the rest of the classmates? You guys are like going to have our exams on the month of February, and still I'm not able to
Okay.
complete your
So see, in this program, we tried to find out the sum of all the elements in an array. Now I'll show you how we can calculate the average now. Okay. So what we did is we took a variable sum to calculate the sum. Now we shall take another variable, average. Okay, and that average, because average mostly, you know, is a float number or a decimal number. So we'll declare average as decimal, float. Okay, so average is float. Now see, sum is int and average is float. And you know that how the formula for average. What is formula for average? Average equal to sum divided by n. Okay, n can be the number. N is the number of items you have. So average is equal to sum divided by n. So here n is also int, sum is also int, but you have to find out average, which is float. Okay, so what will we do? We will do typecasting. Okay, I'm sure you all remember typecasting. Please do not forget. So I'll just delete this part. Okay, now we have to find the average.
If you don't do the presentations and all these things, sure, I will give you 0 marks. That's for sure from my part. So you
So
have to make it good.
average is equal to, you know that average is equal to sum divided by n. But here what do we have? We have sum is int, integer, n is integer. Okay, and if you divide integer by integer, the result will also be an integer value. Okay, but towards my left, what do I have? A float value, a float variable, average. So average is supposed to contain a float or a decimal value, but here if you divide sum by n, you will only get an integer value, so there will be type mismatch. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to declare sum divided by n. The result that you get, you have to declare it as float. Okay, so whatever result you will get after dividing sum by n, okay, you will first initially get an integer value because sum and n both are integers. Then that integer will be converted to float. Then means you will have a decimal value, and then finally the decimal value gets converted to, gets assigned to average. Okay, here we will simply display the value. Okay, how many elements? Say 4 elements. Enter the elements, say 1, 4, 2, and 3. So what should be the average? Just try to calculate likewise. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So 10 divided by 4 has to be how much? It should be 2.5. Sorry. Okay, what did we get here? 0. Let's check what went wrong. What is wrong? Okay. Is it fine? 2.5. So this is the result. Okay, but if you do not, just see here, if you do not typecast, let's see what we get. I'm just inserting the same values. See? Okay, so if you do not typecast, what did you see? You will only get the integer value. That means 1 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 10, and 10 divided by 4 is how much? 2.5, right? So because sum and n are integer values, okay, so you will not get 2.5, but you will get only 2. It will simply discard the 0.5 part. But finally, when that 2 will be assigned to average, because average is a float value, that is why 2 will be again converted to 2.000. So that means what do you see? You see loss of information here. Okay, that is why it is very important that we do typecasting. Clear?
गुस्सा गुस्सा गुस्सा
Okay, next I'll show you to find and to search an element in a list of n elements. Okay, so see, reading elements into the array, displaying the elements is the same. Okay, whatever whatever you asked for, that segment remains different. So,
अच्छा देखो मैं यहाँ से दिखा देता हूँ कैसे करते हैं हाँ तो जैसे यहाँ पे जाओगे सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्ट करोगे स्टोरेज मैनेजमेंट का मेरा मतलब दिख रहा है कैसे मैं अपना
okay, so the question is to find an element. Okay, we will have a key element. Okay, I'll give you an element. That element you have to search in the list whether or not it is there in the list. Okay, to search for a key element in the list. Key element means a given element. There will be an element given. You have a list of numbers. I will tell you that find if this number is present in the list, and that's what you have to do. You have to search the entire list, and if that element is there, you have to simply display that yes, this element is present, else this element is not present in the list. Okay, that's what you have to do. You have to simply pass on a. You have to do the searching, and you have to pass on a message. Okay, display a message.
यहाँ पे जाओगे ना सर्च करेगा वहाँ पे एक
Have you understood the question?
बट इसका आंसर नहीं आएगा आंसर के लिए आपको क्वेश्चन भी जाएगा नहीं यहाँ से आंसर
Okay, see, in the first part remains the same. Now you have to find out the key element. Okay, so here we will take an element, say K. Let the key element be K. Okay, and you have to enter the value. Okay, say printf. Since there's no response, I don't know if any student is present in the class or not. Please say something at least, whether or not I'm audible, whether or not you can view the screen, or whether or not you are understanding the programs. Say something at least.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you understood the previous two programs? Everyone, please respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, how many participants are there? I can't view exactly right now.
13.
Huh?
13.
Ma'am,
13.
13.
13.
In yeah, 14
13, ma'am,
including me.
13.
13 students are there. Okay. Is it clear? The previous two the previous two programs, is it clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay.
इसमें भी आदत है शायद ना इसमें आंसर नहीं आएगा इसमें आपको आईडी मिलेगा तो चीज खत्म कर सकते हो क्या क्या आपको क्या क्या क्वेश्चन आईडी चाहिए सब्जेक्ट मार्क्स चाहिए इससे आपको क्वेश्चन अच्छा ठीक है ये क्वेश्चन में जब ये वाला पार्ट कर रहे हो तभी जाके ये वाला करके ना वर्ड वर्ड डाउन वहां से इसके साथ ही बस उसके साथ वो तो बंद है एक सब्जेक्ट का सही एक एक करने से अच्छा ठीक है ओके फिर भी
Okay, how many elements in the array? So how many elements in the array? 4 elements.
This is very, very important.
Enter the elements, say 4, then 7, then 2, then 3. Okay, so this is the list. Now you are asked to enter the key element. Okay, so you are asked to enter one element and you have to search whether that element is present in the list or not. Suppose you enter 2. Okay, okay, just wait. Okay, what do you see? Enter the element, key element 2. What message does it show? 2 is in position 3. So if you see 4, 7, 2, 5, these are the 4 elements. So 2 is in the third place. Yes, 2 is the third element in the list. Yes or no? 4, 7, 2, and 5. So 2 is the third element. That's what. 2 is in position 3. Have you understood? Yeah, and
Yes, ma'am.
if you enter a number which is not in the list, suppose say I'm just entering these numbers. Okay, suppose you are entering a value which is not in the list, say 9 or 7. Let it be 7. Okay, what do you see? 7 is not in the area. Okay, so 7 is not in the area. Whichever element is present, you will be displaying that location also, whichever location that element is present. So let's go through the logic part. Here, what you will do is, here what I did is, first I entered the element, okay, that I will be searching for. Then here I take this for loop, okay, to count all the elements, to check, to traverse the entire list, okay, to go to the entire list. Then I will check what am I supposed to do. See, what are you supposed to do? You have the list of elements and you will be given one key element. So you have to check whether that element is present in the list or not. That means what? You have to simply check. The condition is simply check whether the value that you have entered is equal to any value in the list. Yes or no? If k is equal to any value in the list, if yes, that means what, that element is there in the list. If it is not equal, that means the element is not in the list, right? So that's what you have to do. And then in the print section, what am I doing? So if the condition is satisfied, if ai equal to k, that means if whichever element you are looking for is present in the array, then you will simply display %d. Okay, that means that this particular element, the key element, is present in location number I plus 1. Why I plus 1? Because I see I starts from 0. Yes, I said that indexing will start from 0. Okay, so I plus 1, that means you have to get the exact location. So if I enter 4, 1, 2, 7, these are these are the elements in my list. 4, 1, 2, 7. I'm looking for 2. So according to index, according to the numbering, what we do, 4 belongs to index number 0. Yes, 1 belongs to index number 1 and 2 belongs to index number 2. But 2 is not the second element, 2 is the third element. So you have to simply add a 1. Okay, so index is always less than the position, 1 less than the position. So you have to simply add 1. That's it. So that is what I did. Get ch exit 0. So you know the exit 0 function. So whenever this exit, this is also a library function that you haven't used. So exit 0, what it will do is, whenever this statement is encountered in your program will immediately terminate. Okay, so wherever this statement is found in your program, whenever the statement executes, immediately your program terminates. Okay, so if ai is found to be equal, is ai, if ai is equal to k, then the message will get displayed that this value is present, and immediately your program will exit. That means it will terminate, and whatever is there below, the rest of the statements, they will not execute. Okay, it will immediately terminate. So that's the terminating point, exit 0. And if in case k is not equal to ai, that means your key value is not found in the list, then you will not get inside the if statement, you will not get inside the if block. You will simply exit, skip that entire block, and the last printf statement, that is %d is not present in the array, that will get displayed. So you have already seen the result, right? So we have done 3 programs today. Okay, I will share it with the note. Fine. Next class, okay, Monday you have a class. So Monday, I'll see Monday. Okay. Monday we'll continue with area. I'll just go, show you something, a small topic, and then we'll start with Monday itself, I'll start with structure. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
second session topic kita select করে দিব।
For second sessional G first sessional of process everything. First sessional not whatever you studied everything from the very beginning. So lagibo second sessional do till whatever topic I'll teach in the last class. Second sessional dates paisa ni ketia ase?
Ma'am 17, 18, 19 হয় নেকি?
Okay, after Bihu, no? So before Bihu, whichever topic I'll teach, that will be the syllabus for your second session. Okay? Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay then.
How can you achieve satisfaction? By working as a group, by having a proper job role, okay? Then obviously you're improving yourself and also the organization, managing what you're obviously improving it, okay? And in an organization, everyone should have a common aim. There should be like that the common aim is something, you know, and happy, everyone is happy according to their own.
Okay, I'm taking your attendance now.
No one can sustain a good long time, right? So it cannot have a quality.
Okay, give me attendance.
You have to
Roll number 2 to roll number 22. Anyone present? 2 to 22.
quality management focus is more on a teamwork.
Roll number 2 to 22. Anyone present? Fast, fast.